Hello and good evening. Welcome to Slow It Down Sundays. I am your host, Arlene Connelly-Drummond, and it's such a pleasure to welcome you into this space, to thank you for joining in this space with me, where we've made a decision to prioritize our well-being, to ensure that we take time to slow down, to step away from the fast pace of all things priority and make ourselves a priority by slowing our pace so that we can clearly think, we can recalibrate, we can refresh, we can replenish, we can restore, we can revive, and oh man, we can rethink what is possible. So I'm so happy that you've joined me here tonight and that you are prioritizing you. I hope that last week was a good week for you as we spent time protecting our peace. And today is March 30th, and we are stepping into a new month. We are closing out quarter one of 2025. And as we step into a new month, April, and we are here and we see and we know that spring is all around us, the blossoming of things new. And so as we step into this time together, what we're going to be spending time today doing is talking about seasonal shift and how we prepare for this new quarter of 2025 and what we are going to be replanting, releasing, recultivating in our lives. How are we going to ensure that not only the next week is starting off well, but how are we going to ensure, how are we going to be intentional about positioning ourselves for the week and the month and the season that is before us? Quarter two, we have an opportunity to recalibrate into this new quarter. And so I'm encouraging and I'm excited to welcome you for us to have this conversation tonight about what it's going to look like as we close out this time. So the first 90 days of 2025, if you reflect on your first 90 days, quarter one of this year, how was it for you? Were there lessons that you learned? Did you see how places that you stretched yourself and places in which you grew? Did you see that you may have positioned yourself in places, things, situations, circumstances where you have was uncomfortable? Can you really look back and see how you have grown? This time, I'm calling for reflection. Reflection is a powerful tool because it allows us not to dwell in the past, but to look back and to identify those things that were nourishing to our spirit, to our soul, to our lives. What are those things that happen in the first 90 days of the year, January, February, March of this quarter? And we are looking to see, what did I learn that I want to take into the next quarter? What have I learned about me, about my abilities, about my patience, my peace? What have I learned in this first quarter? What are the things that stretched me? And now my bandwidth is expanded. What are some things I've identified that I want to not do anymore? I don't want to add this into my next, right? So when I am reflective, I have an opportunity to assess where I've been, look at where I am, and be more intentional about where I want to go. And that's what I want us to do for a few minutes. For a few minutes, think about, and I have my trusty journal here with me. I hope you have yours too, and that you're in your comfortable place as I am, and you are taking advantage of this moment, a moment of reflection. what in the first quarter of 2025 can you take into the next quarter of 2025, quarter two? What are those things? For me, I am being mindful and contemplative about the things, and you've heard me say this to you before, but I'm in a deeper space about it, about the things I say yes to. And that even though the things I may say yes to are part of the things that I'm passionate about, that is in alignment with my goals or my vision, I still need to see and assess, is it the right thing or timing for me? Does it work for me? And that's what each of us have to be reflective for ourselves, because technically no one outside of ourselves could really do that. They can give us their observations of what they're seeing, but at the end of the day, we have to be that deciding factor that determines, are the things that I'm doing, the way that I'm living, is it fueling me or is it depleting me? And that even when I'm doing things that I am excited about and I feel are in alignment with my passion, am I doing it at the right time? Am I doing it in the right circumstances? And so that's one of the things I'm being reflective on and thinking about how I want to step into my quarter two. Quarter one, if we reflect in the last 90 days, you may find that there are some goals you have set, some things you said, I want to accomplish. And so did you? Did you complete those things, or are you in motion for completing those things? Did you utilize these first 90 days to plant some seeds that are cultivating and germinating now that you're going to see begin to blossom or bud in the second quarter? So think about that. What have you planted in the first quarter, in the first 90 days? What have you planted that you have been cultivating? You have been watering it, you've been nourishing it, you've been giving it fuel and energy. For me, Slow It Down Sundays, I said I wanted to be consistent about it. I wanted to make sure that I actually followed through on a thought and idea. And I'm here with you today. And I haven't missed a Sunday since the beginning of the year. So that is a great thing. Even when I was sick, I still showed up. So Slow It Down Sunday has become and is becoming, what would I call it? It's not a habit, but it is taking space and taking root in my life in a way that I didn't even expect. And so I want you to be thinking about, and I'm inviting you to ponder with me those things that you have spent time or invested time in or explored in the first half of the year or in the latter part of 2024. And now as you are here in this time, in this moment, in this space, you're able to say, I wanted to do that, I did that. I was thinking about that and that happened. I know for me, I'm reflective of opportunities that I got to speak in different places. And I'm so thankful because I said in 2025 that I was going to increase and expand the spaces in which I shared the message that God has given me. And so far in 2025, in the first 90 days, I've had the opportunity to do that in multiple spaces. And then I've had the opportunity to get recognition for the work that I've been planting and grooming and doing for years. And so that's exciting as well. So my reflection tells me, and I want to make sure that you're doing this for yourself. My reflection tells me, one, keep going, girl, keep going. But still, Arlene, check your pace. That's what my reflection tells me. My reflection tells me that as I'm stepping into April, into quarter two, right, that my pace is still not where it needs to be because I am feeling the weight of exhaustion. And while I am still in many cases energized and I'm moving and I'm getting things done, I find that the minute I stop, if I'm not speaking to you right now and I was in this restful, slowed down space, I will probably be asleep. So for those of you who have assessed your life and is looking at how you are moving in the last 90 days and stepping into April, a new season, a new time, I'm taking more energy with me. I'm taking the opportunity for to spend more time enjoying the sunlight and the air. I'm excited about the possibilities of things that are percolating in this new quarter. So I'm moving into quarter two with some excitement. What about you? Some excitement, some joy about what's to happen in the next 90 days. So that's our reflection time, right? We have reflected on this first half of the season, this first quarter, and in your journals, if you haven't done it, take time to make sure you are documenting your thoughts. What have you been thinking about? What have you been processing? What lessons have you learned? Make sure that you are capturing that in your journal. My journal is a space that I find that I can go back and see what I was thinking at different times, what ideas were marinating in my mind. It gives me a place to purge some thoughts and to release it from this space, to rest it in another place. It helps declutter our minds so that we have clarity to bring new things in. You know, as we step into spring is a time of renewal, right? We have the opportunity to either we can replant, right? We may, in this season, if I was thinking like a gardener, which I'm not, but I know some basics, right? So if you plant something, right? Sometimes people plant when it's still, when the ground is it hasn't even began to soften yet, right? But if we plant, right, there's an opportunity for us to reap the harvest of the things we've planted. And so as I reflect in April and think about what's coming ahead, I can think about what are some of the things I want to replant, because I know that they are good for me. I know that it produces good results, right? And so one of the things I want to replant as I move into the new season is I want to replant my commitment to my peace. I want to replant my commitment to my wellness, right? But there's some things that I need to prune or cut, right? So that make space for something new. So the things you want to prune or you want to cut, what are those things? Because pruning is painful. And so many of us try to avoid it. We have goals and things we want to accomplish, but we don't want to give up something, right? But pruning is important, and we need to, and it's important that we do, identify those things that no longer serve. If the branch of the tree is dead and you leave it on the tree, it is only sapping the energy, the nutrients from the rest of the healthy tree, and has the potential to infect the rest of the tree so that then the whole tree dies. And so when we have broken branches, loose branches, or dead branches on our tree, I'm encouraging us to prune. It's time to cut some things. And I'm talking in the spirit of a branch and a tree, but I'm talking about places in our lives. Places in our lives where there are things that we've attached ourselves to that we need to release it. We need to cut it. Right? Because at the end of the day, it's not really serving us anymore. It is a dead thing. Right? So I look at my nice artifact thing that I have in the house. I love it, right? But you can tell that these are things that would have been cut, pruned. It's decor now, but there's no life there, right? And so when I have my green plants and they're budding and they're growing, those have life, but this is just for decor, and decoration has no life. But we keep things sometimes in our lives where they don't even add color, they don't add flavor, they don't add value, they don't enhance us. And we hold on to them and we keep them in our space. And in many times it's drowning, right? So I really want us to think about what are some of the things we can prune as we step into this next quarter, right? So I know that as I move into this next quarter, there are some things that I want to make sure I'm better realigning with, right? So what are some things that you may say, Arlene, I'm moving through life. Time is going by fast. I can't even believe that we are about to step into a new month of April. And I have people talking about things that they're doing in December and November. And at the end of the year, plans have already been made. Goals have already been set. And I'm like, I feel like things are moving fast. Is that you? That you feel like things are moving fast and you are struggling to catch up? So there's that opportunity for us to recalibrate. That's what I think about when I think about spring. I think about renewal. You think about spring, you think about the emergence of new life, right? What are some things that in your life you want to bring new life to? Some goals and things that you may have laid dormant, or you may even say, I set some goals at the beginning of the year, whether you call them resolutions, affirmations, or goals that you have. You set them at the beginning of the year, and as time has gone by, 90 days, you're saying to yourself, what happened to those goals that I had set? Where are they? I'm saying to you that you're not too late. You're not too late. You are still here. You still have time. Time to refresh, to renew, to recalibrate, and to do a reset, right? Reset. Don't just beat up on yourself and talk about, oh, I haven't been able to accomplish my goals. Things that I wanted to do is not done. Reset, recalibrate yourself and say, okay, is this still a goal, an aspiration, a vision that I still want to bring to life? And if it is, if you still have that heart and that passion for that thing, then I'm calling you out and say, stir it back up. Revive it, renew it, and pull it into this new season that you're about to walk into. And create space for it. Create time for it. Be more intentional about it. If it is something that is truly important to you and you truly value, then create space. You remember when I said to you very early on in our conversations, I said, give your time an assignment. Remember that? That's one of the things of how we can honor our days, honor our moments, right? I said to you, we have completed 90 days. And we're about to step into the next quarter and complete another 90 days. How are we going to make sure that the next 90 days, each day counts? Because we've given each day an assignment, an intentionality. There's something that we are focused on. So I'm encouraging you to pull that dream, pull that vision, pull that goal, pull that aspiration, and pull it into this new season. You are not, I am not, we are not late. We are on time. We may have felt that we are lagging, slacking, whatever, but if it's still burning in you, you still have the opportunity to achieve it. I am telling you, for me, there's some things that I'm seeking to make sure I accomplish in this next quarter. There are some things that I look back and I said, I missed the mark of things that I wanted to do in quarter one. But I haven't given up on it because it's still part of who I am and where I'm seeking to go and the things that I know God has given me as part of my divine assignment. So as long as I have breath, I will continue to press. And so I'm encouraging you to press forward in the direction of your goals, your dreams, in the direction of your purpose. Press forward and allow this new season of a time to cultivate and to rebirth and to revive those things that you may have found dormant in the first quarter. And so I wanted to share with you a spiritual thought, right? We can't carry into the new season the old stuff, right? Except for those things that are still live. I talked about those dead things that we're going to leave them. We're going to prune some things, we're going to cut. And so as we step into our new season and our new time, there's some things that we want to take with us. So I want to encourage you with my stride principles, right? And as you seek to bloom some great things in this new season of your life. And I believe every time we have a change of seasons, we have an opportunity. Every day we have breath, we have an opportunity. But could you consider this? Would you be strategic, the S in stride, and think about what can I do differently to move with intention? Can you think about being tenacious, the T in stride? Where do I need to be consistent and courageous? What are those things that require me to quiet the noise, to quiet the spirit of doubt that is in me? We call it sometimes imposter syndrome, but it's really that self-doubt, that unbelief. How do I quiet that unbelief? I quiet it by being persistent, by being relentless, by pressing, by pushing, by making sure that I'm operating from a place of clarity, right? That my actions and my deeds are not self-serving or pretentious. They are in alignment with my God-given purpose. So I want to be tenacious. And can I also work on being resilient? Can I look at the setbacks that I may have had in quarter one and see how I can make them become a comeback, right? So there may be some things that I like, woo, that one hit me hard. And I can say some things in the first 90 days of 2025 hit me hard. Hit me real hard. I've experienced some losses and some hurts and some pain, and hit me hard, and it's hitting me hard. But I'm mindful that as long as I have breath, I have the opportunity to honor those I care about who are no longer here by how I live, by how I carry on the legacy, but how I pursue living fully. Remember what I said this at the beginning of the year? That I want to live. I want to live for as long as I'm living. Meaning I want each day to be full of life, be full of energy, and live it fully. And then I want to be innovative, the I in stride. Making sure that my mindset, my thinking is refreshed, is renewed, that I am cultivating and exploring seeds of possibilities, and I'm not allowing myself to be in a defeatist mentality, but I am being innovative and creative. That's you, that's us, that's me. And then determined, you know, that ability for us to have that clarity in pursuit of our goals, being very determined, right? In pursuit of our goals and making sure that we are on purpose. And then what can we do to ensure that we are building, planting, cultivating seeds of hope, possibility, promise that will last for a lifetime, that will last beyond our years? How are we making sure that we are positioning for the generations to come? That is also critically important. So I want you to, whether it's tonight or during the week when you hear this post again, to share some of your thoughts, share some of your reflections, share how you are moving with purpose and intentionality into this new season. Use the opportunity to let your journal be your reflection space. Let your journal to be your space where you can dream and explore and curate new ideas. Create space for creativity, right? Don't let anyone steal our joy, our peace, and our light, and our ability to create. Revive it, renew it, replenish it, so that you can be fully on purpose. Make room for what matters most as you step into this new quarter. Be intentional about it. Be unapologetic about it. There's certain things I'm no longer having long explanations about. My yes is yes, my no's are no, and I can have a peace about that. And I want you to do the same. So I wanted to share with you a quote, a passage from Ecclesiastes 3:1. And it says, "To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven." And it's a longer passage, it's a longer scripture, but I wanted to just give you that piece. To everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. God honors timing, but you and I must honor the transitions. We cannot sit idle by and just rest in yesterday. This is a moment, we're in a season of transition. We're in a season of growth. If we're not growing, then we are not living. And so I know that those of you who are on here with me and have said, it's Slow It Down Sunday, and I'm pausing to make sure that I am prioritizing myself and my well-being, I say thank you. Thank you, because every time we do this, we are honoring ourselves so that we can show up better for the various spaces where we have to be available for others. We have to first be available for ourselves. So as we move into this new week, and you ask yourself, I'm closing out the month of March, and I'm stepping into the second quarter of 2025, and I am moving in an environment, in a season of spring. What am I going to bloom and blossom in this new season? I am looking forward to hearing your testimonials, your insights, your plans, your strategies of how you're going to make the next 90-day count. So as you step into this new week and we turn on the new month on Tuesday, I am encouraging each and every one of you. to do what you just did today. You have recalibrated, you have refreshed, you have made your mind up for some plans you're going to do as you step forward. Honor your plans, honor your intentions, be true to yourself, and remember, create space, create time, create opportunity to slow it down. Life is not going to give it to you. You have to give it to yourself. Responsibilities and everything will be continually moving fast, but we have the opportunity to recalibrate. So I'm encouraging you as we step into this new week. Stride family, let's slow it down.